Hello, Amit, can you hear me?
Hi, Gopi sir, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Just waiting for Kingsley to join so that we'll be able to start the session.
Okay. So I can make you host now. Okay.
Okay, yeah. Hi, Kingsley. How are you? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you as well.
How are you, Goopy?
All good, all good, all good.
Nice to hear you today.
Yes. Just by that time only, I went out for walking with my friend. I just reached home. So he was troubling me like, take out. So I
Oh,
went out and came.
okay.
Okay, so
You're welcome.
yeah. So yesterday, what is that we have seen? We have seen how to configure the NAT policies using my device, and we were trying to do the same thing on your setup. There was a little bit of
Yes.
problem that your virtual appliance got crashed.
Yes.
Right?
I was able to fix it yesterday.
Okay. Can you please share your screen so that we will complete the demonstration on your setup as well? Then I'll come back to my discussion.
Okay. Sharing disabled. Why did it disabled? Can you check on your end? Because it's telling me host participate sharing.
Yes, I have given permission to you. Now you can share your screen.
Good. Yay.
Yeah. So now, sir, there are certain things that we have to do to establish the connectivity between your internal Windows 7 machine and your Palo Alto firewall. Let's see how you have done. Okay. Now go to the VMware. Go to the VMware first.
VMware, okay.
VMware. And go to the settings of your Palo Alto. Right click on the Palo Alto virtual machine and select settings.
It's on the Palo Alto right now.
Yes. Right click and then go for settings. Settings. Last one.
Settings.
Last option. Now, see here, there are three interfaces, but of course we can add multiple interfaces if you want. A small tweak is there. But anyway, the first interface is being reserved for what? Management purposes only. The second interface I'm going to be using for my internal, and the third interface I'll be using for my external. Now, the first adapter is in bridge mode, so that you will be able to establish the connectivity from your Windows host to your Palo Alto's management interface. My network 2 adapter, choose the network 2 adapter.
Choose what? Which adapter 2?
On your left side, you see network adapter, left side, on the column, yeah. Come down, come down.
Oh,
You
yeah.
see that network adapter 2?
Yes, it's on a processor too.
No, come down, come down. Network adapter 2. You can see something that from below 3. Yes. Choose it. Now choose the custom on your right side.
Customer.
Custom. Yeah. Then choose the VMNet 1. VMNet 1. Let it be VMNet 1. No. VMNet 1. That's it. Then choose network adapter 3.
Choose network adapter 3.
Now put it in NAT mode. So basically what we are trying to do is we are building the network. The internal adapter is connecting to an internal switch where my Windows host machine is going to be connected. My external interface is connecting to internet. So the management interface using which we will be able to configure everything. But anyway, we need to have a setup, right? So that's where we have the Windows host machine, Windows 7 machine, and that is going to be considered as my internal network PC. The external network, which is nothing but the internet, is going to be connected through what is it called, network adapter 3, which I'm keeping it in NAT mode. Of course, you can keep it in bridge mode or any other mode. So depending on the setup, we just need to do some changes. Say okay for completing the connectivity settings.
Okay.
Okay. Click on OK. The bottom.
There is no OK here or advance.
No. On the bottom, you can see OK, cancel, help. Yeah. So we just given the connectivity. Now the next step is what? We just need to start configuring the IP addresses for your internal interfaces. So we need to configure the zone, we need to configure the IP addresses, and then we need to make sure that the external connectivity is there. Now go and log into the web UI. Web UI is nothing but what? Web user interface of your Palo Alto firewall.
Okay. So I should go and log in there?
Yes, exactly. You did this
From
one
here?
already. HTTPS:// the IP address of your management interface. What is that IP address?
The IP address is 192.168.1.8.
8. Yeah. Give the password and log in.
Okay. So should I use it on this one or another one?
Which one?
Should I leave this Palo Alto network here?
Yeah, we have to log into the web UI, right? This is the web UI. You have to log in with your username and password.
Yes.
Give the username and password and log in. Right. Now, the next step is what? Create the zones for LAN 1 zone, trust zone for the WAN and trust zone. We just need to create that one.
Okay.
You know how to create that one. Am I right?
Yeah, the zones. Yes.
Yes.
Traffic zone, policy zone,
Go to the network.
Security,
Network. You have to go to the
subject
network. You have to
zone.
go to the network.
Okay.
Go to the network.
I am on the network now, sir.
No, you are
Interface.
not. You are on policies. You can see the zones. Start creating the zones.
No, I am on the, okay.
Under
Look
the
at
network,
zones.
you can see the zone. Choose the zone and create the zones as you want. Now, trust, untrust, whatever the name that you want. You have created only one zone, which is named as what? Layer 3. Now, let's create additional 2 zones as per our network topology. Create add zone, add a zone, and give a name as trust. L3 trust or whatever you want. Okay, now the type is going to be L3. No, on the type, choose your L3. Then click on OK. Now we have created one zone. We just need to create one more zone.
Click on OK.
Yep. Then one more zone, untrust. Have you edited the same? So we're creating new one, right? Right, layer 3, that's it. Okay. Now we have created the zone. We just need to bind the interfaces to the zone, and then we will be able to configure the IP addresses, and then we can establish the connectivity. So go and choose the interfaces on your left. On top of zones, you have interfaces.
Your network, your network is kind of hardly hear you very well.
Is that?
Yeah, it's kind of breaking.
How about now?
Yes, at least I hear you now very well. That one is breaking. That is why you are not seeing what I'm doing immediately.
Oh, okay. How about now? Is that okay?
Yes, it's okay now.
Okay. Now choose the interfaces. Now, which are all the interfaces? Ethernet interface is what we have to work with. You have chosen loopback interface. Choose Ethernet interface. The first interface I would like to plan to get connected with my internal network. Choose the first interface, Ethernet 1/1. Now, interface type is layer 3. Choose the virtual router as the default virtual router. Security zone as trust. No. Go to the config section. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
The virtual router is default virtual router. Security zone is going to be trust. Yes. Now go to IPv4. Configure the IP address statically. Delete this host ABC. What is that? Delete that.
I am the one that created that one.
Oh, okay. Add an address. The internal network, let us keep it in 10 network. Add 10.1.1.1/24. 10.1.1. 1.1.1. 10.1.1.1. /24. 1.1/1.1/24. /24. Slash, not pipes. Is that okay? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So /24. Press enter and then say okay.
You see that the network is not making us to understand ourselves very well.
Okay.
It's kind of breaking.
Okay. Now still it is breaking.
Yeah, it's breaking because you hardly see what I'm doing on time.
Okay. Give me a minute. I'll change the place so that you'll be able to have a better 1 minute. How about now? Is that better?
Very better.
Okay. Right. So you have one interface configured with an IP address of 10.1.1.1/24, and it is associated to the default virtual router, and the zone it is associated is trust access. You can see that one, right? Now the next thing is we just need to configure Ethernet 1/2, which is going to be connecting with our external network. Ethernet 1/2. Choose that interface.
Internet.
1/2. Now the zone, now the interface type is going to be layer 3. Interface type is going to be layer 3.
Layer 3 or 2?
Yes. 3. It's layer 3, right? We know the meaning of all those things.
Yes,
Virtual
yes, I
router
know.
is going to be default virtual router. Security zone is untrust. Security zone is untrust. And then IPv4, choose the IPv4 part. Now IPv4, I'm not going to be, no, don't do it. No, don't do it, because I'm not going to be configuring a manual IP address for the external interface. Instead,
Okay.
delete that. Whatever you have chosen, delete it. Now I'm just going to be choosing the DHCP client option on top of it. Can you see that? Static, PPPoE, and DHCP client. That means what I'm trying to do is the external interface, I'm making it as DHCP client so that it can send a DHCP request to get the IP address and the rest of the information from DHCP server. Now choose DHCP client and say OK. Right? Okay, say OK. Now, there are certain things that we need to do now. Of course, we have to commit, that we know, but still what I wanted to do is we need to be in the position to ping our internal interfaces. So by default, the firewall management interface is pingable, whereas the other interfaces are not pingable. We know that. So we need to make sure that the internal interface is pingable. For that, we just need to go ahead and create a management profile for us. Where do we go and create the management profile? You remember the management profile creation?
Yes.
Okay. Can you create it for me?
Hold on, management. Okay, no. Management profiles, your policy, monitor.
No, it wouldn't be available in monitor and ACC and policies. It wouldn't be available in first 4 menu. So last 3 only you have to check. So once you start exploring this, keep practicing, then you will be remembering which place it is available. Scroll down and see that where it is available. Scroll down on your left side menu. You have to scroll down. Can you see interface management here?
Yes.
Choose that one. On top of it, interface management, add a profile, add. Give a name for it. Okay, and then what are all the services we would like to go for it? I don't want to manage that. No, we don't want to manage the firewall using the internal interface. All we want is only the ping. Enable the ping.
Okay.
Network services. Stay okay.
Which means we don't want to manage the internet with the HTTPS, and so it has to be by the ping.
Exactly. We don't want the Palo Alto firewall to be managed via that interface. We just want to simply ping that interface. That's the only thing we want on the internal interface. Nothing else we want. Now go to the interface and choose your internal interface, which is Ethernet 1/1. Choose the interface, Ethernet 1/1. Then go to advanced. Then choose the interface profile. What we have, management profile is the interface profile, with the one what we have created. Under other info, you have management profile. Under other info, that's the one. Choose the profile what you have created.
Okay.
Right, say okay. Now let's commit it. While the commit is going on, say okay and commit the changes, whatever the changes that we have done.
Okay.
While the commit is going on, let's turn on our Windows machine. Commit. Go to the VMware, choose this Windows and right click and settings. Put the Windows machine also in the same VMnet one. Go to the VMware, let it go. It will take a little bit of time, right? Couple of seconds it will take it. Yeah. Now select Windows 7, right click and go to the settings. Now select the interface, network adapter, and put it in VMnet 1. Select the interface, network adapter, and then custom, then VMnet 1. No. Custom, choose custom, VMnet 1. Say OK. Now turn on the Windows machine. Hopefully the commit could have been successful. Start Windows normally, let it be. Enter. Press enter.
I did enter. Maybe. I have enter.
Okay. Come out. Yeah. Come out from this. Control Alt. Go to the Windows GUI, the web UI of your Palo Alto firewall. Check it out, the commit got successful or not. Can you please open up your web UI?
How can I be able to check my mouse? How
Control
is it
Alt
control?
put together.
Okay.
Control Alt put together, you press, the mouse will come out of your VMware.
Control Alt Shift. Okay.
Yeah. Now go and check your web browser. Google Chrome. Where is that? Where is that? Firefox. Huh? On which browser you have opened up the session?
Yeah, look at it here.
Now still it's going on. Error failed to parse the policy. NAT rule interfaces mismatch. Okay, I think you have configured the NAT rule and all. Say close now. Let's see what is the problem now. Say close. Go to the policy section. Choose the network policy, security policy first, then permit everything. We don't want it to restrict anything now, as of now.
Okay.
Add a policy. Okay, now the zone is layer 3 zone, but what zone we have? Trust and untrust we have, correct?
Yeah, trust and trust.
So
Yeah.
delete the first 3 rules.
I was using it to practice.
I know, I understand. That's why I'm just asking you to delete all those things. Okay, now add a new rule. Give a name, whatever the name that you want. The type of rule is what? It is interzone policy. You remember the discussions?
Yes.
Rule type is
Yes.
interzone, not universal. Now, source is going to choose the interzone. Then go to the source. Did you choose interzone? Select it.
Yes.
Now, what is zone? Source is trust zone. Add the zone. Add the
Do
zone.
I need?
Yes. Add the zone. Your trust access. Source is trust access. So source is any. Now go to the destination. Add untrust access. Add the zone untrust access. Untrust access. Say okay. Go to the actions. Let it be any. Let it be any. Let it be any. No worries. Action is going to be allowed.
Allowed.
Say
It's
okay.
already allowed.
Yeah. Say okay. Now go to the NAT rule now. Remove the existing NAT rule that you have practiced. Security rule. Under the security rule, you have NAT rule, right? Choose the NAT rule.
NAT rule.
Under policies, go to policies. NAT policy. Choose the NAT policy. Yeah. Delete this policy. We don't want this policy at all. Select and delete it. I think you have chosen it. Wait. It will come up. It will come up. Now add a new rule. Give a name. Now original packet. Choose the original packet.
What is the meaning
Source
of all
is
these
my
people?
trust. Destination zone is untrust. No. Here. That's right. Now destination interface is any, service is any. Okay, let it be any. Now go to the trusted packet. Let it be any. Don't worry. Go to the translated packet.
Okay.
On top, next to original packet. Now it is going to be dynamic IP and port because we are doing the SNAT, source NAT. Then the address type is translated address, or go and choose the interface. No, address type is not translated address. Choose the address type. Choose it and delete it first. Now address type. Next one. That's one. Interface address. Yes, the interface is going to be Ethernet 1/2. Address, let it be whatever the address. Say okay. Now commit it. After committing it, you will be able to see that one more commit we have to do it anyway, because we made the external interface to get the IP address from the DHCP server. Yeah. Wait. Don't cancel it. Let it take time. So what we have done, the external interface, we made it to get the IP address from the DHCP server. That's why when we configured the NAT rule, it was not showing the IP addresses. Now, after you commit this one, just go to the NAT policy, whatever we have created, go to the translated packet section. You will be able to see the IP address. Wait. Let it complete. 99% completed. Yep, close it. Now edit the policy what you have created, security NAT policy.
NAT policy.
Yes. Select the NAT policy. Hang on to.
Network is kind of crazy.
Yeah. Translated packet. Go to the choose the translated packet. General translated packet. Now select IP address. Drop down box. Choose the drop down box. Still no IP address had come up. That means you haven't.
No IP address.
That means you haven't received the IP address from the DHCP server. Let's go ahead and check that one. What is the problem? Say cancel. Say cancel. So go to the network and interface. On top, you have network interfaces. Now select the dynamic DHCP client. Choose that.
Dynamic
DHCP client. Under the interfaces, 1/2 interface, you have an option IP address column. Can you see an IP address column here? on the under the IP address column, you are seeing something called as dynamic DHCP client. Click on that.
Dynamic.
There is a column, right? IP address column. Interface, interface.
Yes.
That's the one. Choose it. Click on the DHCP client. You have received it 192.168.127.128, and the gateway is so and so 192.168.127.2, and primary DNS, everything is you have received it. Probably close it once again. Go to the policies and NAT policy. Edit the policy what we have created.
Edit it.
Yes. Just click the policy. Kinoto. Now go. No. NAT policy. Now the translated packet. Yep. Translated packet. Choose the translated packet. Now choose the interface as Ethernet 1/1 above the IP address. Yes. 1/1. Just for the refreshment. Yeah. Now once again choose 1/2 now. No. Exactly. Let's choose 1/2. Then choose the IP address. Not getting it. Okay, choose Ethernet 1/1 and then click on OK. Okay, again edit it because it's not reflecting over there. That's the problem. Say OK. Now again edit it. Go to the translator packet. Choose 1/2.
It's not receiving the IP address.
It is receiving the IP address. It's not getting reflected here. Now, just for the sake, say Ethernet 1/1 and then say OK and commit it. Then we will see what we can do it.
Okay.
Ethernet 1/1. Then OK, commit it. Okay, close. Once again, edit the rule. Now go back to the translated packet section. Choose Ethernet 1/2 and select whether the IP address is getting shown to you or not. If not, let's do a workaround for that. Go to the translated packet. Check the IP. Still, it's not showing. Okay, no worries. Say OK, then commit it. Let's see whether the internet is accessible for us or not first, and then we'll come back to this section, and then we'll do a workaround for that. Commit it.
Okay, sir.
Commit it. Now go to the Windows machine. We need an IP address to be configured for the Windows machine, which should be in 10.1.1.0/24 segment. Now, go to the Windows machine. It will take time. Let it take time. Go to the Windows machine. Go to the network configuration, TCP IP, then IPv4 address.
On the settings.
Yes, under the settings. Now install these tools. It will be easy for you. That VMware tools are there. Nah? If you install these tools, then you don't need to worry about remembering the keystrokes for coming out from the Windows machine, from the virtual machines. Now go to the settings and then choose the network.
Settings.
Network.cpl.
Settings, right?
Network.cpl. No, not this one. User access, this one. You have to go to the control panel because it is Windows 7. What you can do is just type network.cpl. Presenter.
Shortcut to network.
Exactly. That the other one is the connect to network. Network.
Connect.
That's not network one.
Okay, connect to network.
No, networks. That's the one. Network. Not this network one. You have to configure the IP address for this Windows machine. Can you please go instead of me guiding you?
Okay, so I should configure the IP address.
Yes, exactly. Go to the settings. Where do you go there? On the Windows machine, how do you configure the IP address? Click on this Windows icon.
Network is so bad. It's so bad.
Go to the control panel.
Connect net. Is it connect to network?
Choose the local area connection to. Choose that interface. Right side. On the right side, can you see no internet access? Below that, you have local area connection to. Properties. TCP IPv4.
Okay.
Properties. Use the following IP address. 10.1.1.10 with the mask of 255.255.255.0. 10.1.1.10. Mask is 255.255.255.0. The gateway is 10.1.1.1, which is my firewall's internal interface. The DNS server, you can go for the global DNS server like 8.8.8.8. Say okay.
Install.
Close. Go to the command prompt. Go to the command prompt and then check the connectivity. Ping 10.1.1.1. 10.1.1.1. Can you see that? You have the reachability to your internal interface. Now let's try to do something like ping www.google.com. Let's see whether the DNS resolution is going on or not. Ping google.com. Can you see that? Means you have internet access. Open up your browser inside the Windows machine and then check it out. The internet is accessible for you or not. You have Internet Explorer over there?
Yes.
Open up the Internet Explorer and try to access any of the portal. Verify that you have access to something. Ask me later. Don't do anything now. Ask me later. Now you can go for any of them. What happened?
Yes, I should ask you later. It's so funny. Goopy, he said, ask me later. Okay, sir. I'll ask you later.
No, that window, ask me later. Na?
Oh my God. Okay.
Can you see that internet access is there? Now the traffic is flowing through, what is that called? Your firewall. How do you confirm that it is going through the firewall? We need to check the log, right? So, but the log collection in trial version virtual appliance is not going to be happening. That feature is not available. So to see the log, what is that we are going to be doing is we are going to be installing a Syslog server or service on this Windows machine. Now, go for searching 3C daemon, 3C daemon.
3C daemon.
D-A-E-M-O-N. D-A-E-M-O-N. It will be taking you to a specific website. I think that day itself I have shown you, but still, I can go for it. First link, choose the first link, which is directing to firewall.cx. 3C daemon server and client. Yep. Download the tool, extract it, just do the installation. It's a simple installation.
What is this one for?
This is for the Syslog server. Just to view the logs that is being generated by your Palo Alto firewall.
Okay.
So inside your Palo Alto firewall, if you want to see the log, because Palo Alto firewall is capable of collecting the logs, but we don't have the licenses for that, right? So because of that, you wouldn't be in a position to see the logs within your Palo Alto firewall. But even though the firewall, the syslogs cannot be seen directly on the firewall, but we can push it. We can send it to a different syslog server so that we'll be in a position to see the logs. What happened? Not going? Okay, no worries. On your base machine, you can do the downloading. You have your base machine right? On your laptop. You can download this firewall, the 3C daemon, and install it.
Okay. On the VMware machine?
Not on VMware. On your base machine, on your laptop.
On the laptop. Okay.
Yes. Open up any of the browser and 3C daemon, download it, and then install it. Then we can configure the firewall to push the logs. Not this one, not this one. Don't do it. Don't do it. Go for firewall.cx. You're searching on Google or Yahoo. Close this window. Come down and then check for a site called as firewall.cx. You will be having a link. And also do one more. That's the one. Firewall.cx. That's the link you have to click. Number one, 3C daemon, server and client, firewall.cx. Then go down and download this software. Scroll down, you will be able to see the download link. You have to scroll down. I think you clicked on download, sir. Go back, man. Now scroll down.
What of the download is
Now
it?
you have download. Here it is, the blue color icon. The blue color, but that's the one. After it gets downloaded, extract it. Close this window. extracted. Close this window, right click on the zip file. You have extracted. Now in setup, there is setup.exe. Just double click that. Next. The installation will complete in few seconds. Okay. Finish. Now open this 3C Daemon software that got installed on your laptop. Click on this Windows menu. Windows menu. 3C Daemon. Just open it up. Now choose the Syslog server on left. You have TFTP server, FTP server, Syslog server. Yes. You can see that the Syslog. Okay. Now the Syslog server is listening on 192.168.1.10 as well. So this is the IP address where my Syslog server is running. Now go to the web UI of your Palo Alto firewall. The Syslog server is ready to receive the logs. Now go to the Firewall GUI. PAVM. Okay, now close this window. Now we need to make sure that the logs are being pushed to the server, the Syslog server, which is running on 192.168.1.10. Now what is that I have to do? Go to the network section. I can also create from the policies also. Choose the security policy. I'm sorry. Go to the policy section. Choose the security policy. Then choose the policy that we have created recently. Go to the last tab on this. Action. Sorry, not usage. Actions.
Allowed.
Now, see, log at session start. Enable that. Then choose the log forwarding. I'm going to be forwarding the logs to a different Syslog server. Choose it.
Is it new or profile?
New profile, yes. You can create from here also. Give a name for it.
In also, let me put
log profile. Create as a log, kin log profile. Anything you want. Okay. Now add. Add button. Okay. Now log forwarding profile must be matching so and so. Give a name for it. What traffic, what type of log we are going to be enabling it. Give a name for this profile. Log profile. Now, what type of log? Log type is a traffic log. That's what we are trying to do with. So you have variety of logs that can be collected on your Palo Alto device.
traffic,
Here we are interested only in traffic log. The traffic log is nothing but the traffic which is passing through your Palo Alto firewall. I'm going to be logging the details, and then it is going to be forwarded to the Syslog server, which I'll be identifying now. Say traffic log, choose it. Where we are going to be doing it on the Syslog, can add it. Can you see that Syslog? You have 4 Syslog, add it. The Syslog server, new Syslog server, new Syslog profile, create it. Now give a name for the Syslog server. In Syslog server. Add it. Give a name. Under the name, click. If you click it, you will be able to give a name. Okay. Syslog server IP address is going to be 192.168.1.10. 192.168.1.10. That is where my Syslog server is running. That's it. Rest of the things are going to be default. Now, say OK. Say OK. Now say OK. Now the logs are going to be forwarded to this skin auto 3 log profile. Say OK, commit it.
Oh. Ah.
What happened? Now close it. Now open the 3C daemon. Check it out if there is any information is being displayed to you. You close that. Open the 3C
The
daemon.
3C daemon.
Yes. I think it's running already. It's already running already. Close it.
You said the
Say OK
error.
and then close it. Because already it is running. That's the reason. Now there will be another session. Can you see that? 3C daemon. On the bottom, task manager. Exactly. You can see that the 3C daemon is running. Open up. Open the 3C daemon. Now, so it's listening, right? So it is listening on 192.168.1.10. Now, once the commit is successful, now we'll go to the Windows machine, which is available within your VMware, then generate some traffic. Close the browser, open up, and then try to search something. Okay. Now the Microsoft is coming up. Now open up the 3C daemon and check it out. Any log is coming to me. No, it's okay. Now the traffic has been generated. You see that the Microsoft site has come up, right? Now go to the 3C daemon and check whether some logs are coming up or not. No log is coming up. So user information probably that has been stopped because of one of the sessions that we have created. Correct. Now close this 3C daemon and open once again.
Yeah.
Now again generate some traffic. Let's check it out whether something is going on or not. Okay, now check the 3C daemon and check whether the traffic log is being collected here or not. No traffic is being collected. Now there might be some other issue. Now open up the web browser where you have the GUI for Palo Alto Firewall. Okay. Go to device. Taking time, right? Now setup. On top, that's the first option. Go to services. Select services. Now service load configuration. Let's see what interface is being used. Okay, use management interface for all. Okay, now there is no issues with this. So via the management server 192.168.1.10 should be accessible. So via the management server, the syslog messages are going to be forwarded to the defined syslog server. Correct? Choose the customize and confirm that the syslog service is using the management interface or not. It should be. Wait. Choose the customize. Did you choose it? It's taking more of time. See the syslog server. Where is the syslog server? It should be using the default interface. It would be, because we didn't modify. See, use the default interface. The default interface is what is being used. No worries on that. So it's a default addresses. Say cancel from here. Now the next thing is why it is not forwarding. Why it's not forwarding that. Cancel it. Cancel this also. Now go to the policies section. Let's see whether policies section. Security policy, edit the policy. Go to actions. Log forwarding also. Fine, well and good. So this is also perfect. The problem would be with your the syslog server configuration only. Now cancel this one. Go to the syslog profile, what has been created, or the syslog server, what we have created. Cancel it. Go to the device. No, go to the device.
Okay.
Can you see syslog over there? No, there is a syslog, right? Choose it. Edit that one. Syslog server, UDP 514, PST, login. Select that one, log server. Okay, that's okay. 192.168.1.10. Fine. UDP 514, perfect. Now format, choose it as syslog. IETF, okay, fine. No, BSD is also okay now. That log user. Now facility, click on the log, click on the facility. Click on it. Local 7, log local 7. The last option. Say okay. Now commit it and see what is going on.
So anytime you process a task, you have to commit it
We don't
in
have a
any
choice, right?
session.
Because we know there is something called as candidate configuration and active configuration. When a user, an administrator is logging into the management UI, basically what he is doing is he's taking a copy of this active configuration. Any change is happening on that candidate, right? So the copy of the active configuration is what we are calling it as a candidate configuration. Once you're done with all your changes, you have to apply it. How do you apply it? By committing it. Now, check the 3C daemon now, if there is any log is coming up or not. Generate some traffic. So that's something. Obviously, it will be generating some traffic.
Okay.
Now go and check the 3C daemon. No, nothing is coming up. Nothing is
Or
coming.
can we do
No,
here?
you have to choose
maybe,
the syslog server. Ma. You have chosen FTP server. Na? You have to choose syslog server. Choose the syslog server.
So let's try it again.
Now stop and start. If you want, you can.
Stop.
No, it would have come up even if it is not shown now. So what I'm trying to say, even if the service is not opened up, still the logs will be forwarded here.
Okay.
So user.info is what we are collecting it. No traffic is coming here. Even
No,
for
because I have not typed anything yet. I have not typed anything yet.
What you haven't typed? This is the IP address, right? 192.168.1.10 is the IP address where the Syslog server is running. Correct? That is where we have pointed. Now stop the server and start it. On left side, can you see the red color button? Stop it. Then start it. Listening on so and so. Now generate the traffic and check it out. Click on some link. Click on the sports, then see whether the traffic is coming up or not. It have generated some traffic. Now you could go and check it out on the 3C daemon. The log is coming. Then what we have done is correct. No, it's not coming up. It's not coming up. So there is a configuration mismatch, or the syslog itself is not working on this version. Okay. Go to the command. Go to the GUI version of it. Let me cross check once again the servers what we have created. The GUI. Okay, fine. UDP 514, well and good. Scroll down on the left side. Log settings are there. Okay, fine. Go to the log settings. On the left side, you have log settings.
Log settings.
Above this server profile, log settings.
Okay, so where will I click on the logs? I am on the log now.
The server profiles are there. Go up, little bit go up. Don't scroll, don't scroll.
Server.
Okay, so we can also check it out by enabling the syslog, system logs, configuration logs and all. Click on the add. Under the system, click on add. Now give a name, then add the syslog server here. We have already created the syslog. Give a name. Any name you want. Okay, now add the syslog server here under the bottom. The syslog server we already configured now. You can just refer it. Okay. Now on left side you can scroll down. Wait a minute. Okay. The rest of the things are okay. This log we have created all of them have been created. Okay, fine then. Commit the change. Let's see something is going on or not. Commit the changes. Okay. Close it. Now check the syslog. This is the daemon. Verify if something is coming up or not. Okay. There might be some other issue. I'll do one thing. I'll start my Palo Alto firewall on my server by tomorrow. I'll show you whether the log is coming up or not. I will show you the demonstration on my server. It's working fine, but anyway, it might be some small glitch. I'll check that out. Okay. I'll do that on my server. I have my server. Today I didn't turn on the server. I'll do it on by tomorrow. Now, so we have seen that one access to the internal PC is happening through your, what is it called? Your Palo Alto firewall. And while the traffic is passing through, the security policy is permitting the traffic and NAT policy is translating the source address. Because of that, the return traffic is coming back to the firewall. Now the firewall is forwarding the same to the internal PC. That's how we are able to access the internet. Now try to disable the security policy, or sorry, no, try to disable the NAT policy and then commit it and try accessing the internet from the Windows machine internally. Go to the policy. NAT policy, choose the policy, and then click on number 1. Click on number 1, ma. If you click on number 1, you will be able to disable it. You clicked on the name, because of that it is allowing you to edit it. Choose the policy and disable it. Of course, you have to commit it. After committing is successful, go to your VMware Windows machine and check or try accessing the internet.
Go to where?
No, let the
VMware.
VMware Windows machine. Wait for a while. Let the commit complete. Close it. Now try to access the internet from your VMware's Windows machine. Close the browser and open a new session.
Headache.
Check whether the internet is accessible for you or not.
Yes, hello. I'm all right. I did not cancel the order that I made to you. Why did you say that I cancel it?
By this time,
I did not cancel it.
we would have seen the response from the Google server, right?
But how did I did not cancel. Hold on, let me even check. I didn't cancel it. I'm seeing cancel. I don't know who canceled it. Maybe you have pressed something. Oops, sorry, I'm just trying to handle something right now. This is trying to give me headache.
Hello?
Yeah, Guppy, I'm here.
Oh, okay. The voice is very low for me. So you can see that the internet is not accessible from your internal machine. Though you have a security policy which permits everything from trust to untrust, still there is no traffic is coming back from the internet. That is because we didn't perform the translation. Now, the moment you enable the NAT rule, what we have disabled in your earlier step, then try accessing the internet, you will be able to see the internet, the responses from your internet websites. So this is confirming that whatever the policy that we create is affecting on the traffic what is passing through the firewall. The security policy basically helps us to identify the traffic which can be permitted to pass through your firewall. NAT policy is basically used to perform the translation on the traffic which is being permitted to pass through the firewall. So we have seen variety of NAT translation, source NAT and destination NAT, and also the static NAT, right? So static NAT, whenever it is really required, do the static NAT. Until unless you don't want the bidirectional traffic, don't ever go for static NAT. You can complete everything you want either by using source NAT or you can use it destination NAT. So when do we use source NAT? When the traffic is initiated from the internal network and going to the external network, we perform the source NAT. When do we go for destination NAT? You have your internal server that needs to be accessed from the public network. By the time we go for destination NAT. Then when do we go for static NAT? The bidirectional communication. That means I have my internal server, which may initiate the communication from your internal network. The same time, the same server could be accessible from the public network as well. So that is where the bidirectional communication comes into picture. Whenever there is a bidirectional communication, only then you have to think of your static NAT. If not, it is not required at all. So everything can be completed using your source NAT or the destination NAT itself. Got the point?
Yes.
Okay, that's what we have. That's what I have explained you yesterday also. Now we have done the setup on your laptop. Windows 7 machine is being considered as the client machine. Palo Alto Firewall has been configured with the two interfaces, one for connecting to your internal network and one for connecting to your external network. We have configured the security policy. We have also configured the NAT policy. We configured the Syslog server, but it seems there is a small glitch that I have to cross-check. I will cross-check, or else I'll be showing the demonstration on the same using my Palo Alto Firewall, which is there on my server. I'll show that one by tomorrow. There is any clarifications as of now, whatever we have done today?
Yes, Guppy, I have to tell you the truth. Please. Everything we've done today here, my head did not collect anything.
I understand that. So draw the topological diagram, what we have done, then identify the interfaces which is connecting to your internal network, which is the interface connecting to your external network, what policy we have written, and what NAT policy we have written, what security policy we have written, and what NAT policy we have written, then cross-check it, then you will be in the position to understand everything. When I show continuously demo, it looks very simple for you.
Yes, very, very simple.
When you do practice, that's where the real trouble comes into picture. So that's why, so I just demonstrated how to set up the Palo Alto Firewall and the client machines using the VMware on your laptop, so that you'll be able to practice on your own every time, anything you want, right?
Okay. How to set it up?
That's what we have seen.
So what of this destination NAT and bi-direction NAT? You know, I put it here last time over here that we chat. I told you that destination and bi-running NAT here, which I told I made offended.
See, the destination, these are all the NATs that I have shown you from your checkpoint firewalls perspective. Okay. So typically static NAT is considered as a bidirectional NAT. I told you, right? When you have an internal server that needs to be accessed from the public network, that's where we go for the destination NAT. What is destination NAT? You check your yesterday's notes, what I have shared. Destination address of the received IP packet is going to be translated. I have shared on WhatsApp. Check it out.
Yes, I have it yesterday.
So destination address of the received packet gets translated, which is called as destination NAT. When do you do that one? You have an internal server, which is in private IP segment. You want that to be accessed from the public network. That wouldn't be possible. Why? Because the private addresses are not routable from the public network. So you need to have a public IP address. You have two choices. Directly configure the public IP address on the server. That is one. Second is whatever the device that is bordering device. It can be on the firewall. It can be on the router. You can map a public IP address to a private IP address. So if the traffic is received for that particular public IP address, the device is going to be translating that public IP to the private IP. Then the request is going to be forwarded to the internal server. So you have internal services that needs to be accessed from the public network. You take the help of destination NAT. You have internal clients, they want to access the public network. That's where the source NAT comes into picture, because the internal network will be in private IP segment. When you go out, the routing could be possible for the public, but the return traffic cannot come back because we are in private IP segment. So when you do perform the translation, the return traffic can come back as you have the public IP address is being used for the translation. Even yesterday I have shown you your PC has the private IP address, which is 192.168.1.10. But when you open up a browser, then type what is my IP address, you see the public IP address. What is that public IP address? Your DSL router's internet facing interface IP address is what the public IP address. So any traffic initiated from your machine, which has the source IP address of 192.168.1.10, gets translated to 68.184.135.183. That was your IP address. You remember that? So internal to external, we perform the source NAT. External to internal, if the connection is being initiated from the external network, we take the help of destination NAT. Then when do we go for static NAT? That is where the bidirectional communication. What is it bidirectional communication? Your internal server can also initiate a connection. The internal server may also receive the request from the public network. That is where the static NAT comes into picture. Right?
Okay.
Now you have to start doing a lot of practice with the setup what we have done now, so that you will get more clarity on it. Anytime you stuck somewhere, just note down what is the problem, because if you are going to be keeping that in your mind, you may forget. Or else you can also put that question on the WhatsApp group, so that I'll be able to respond that during our class time. The moment you get any of the clarification, right, you feel that I don't get it, just note it down so that you can clarify the same on the class.
Okay.
Because as I said earlier, when I do the demonstration, it looks very simple for you.
Very, very simple.
When you do perform the exercises, that is where the real problem comes into picture. So that's why I'm telling you, if you're getting into a problem, note it down, put it in the WhatsApp group, or keep a notepad and then make the clarification, whatever the clarification you want, so that you can ask that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But this this log that we do now that did not perform on the 3CD, if can I be able to try it later again and see?
Please do it. Give a restart of your base machine also. Make sure that the Windows firewall is not blocking the Syslog service to be enabled on your Windows machine.
Okay.
Then
okay. So I
that.
can be able to block my firewall on the system settings.
Yeah, you can.
Okay. Okay. So can the Windows firewall on the system also block the access of performing the tasks?
For the service, whatever the service that we have installed. If you have the Windows firewall enabled, and then the 3C daemon application that we are trying to install on the Windows machine could be blocked by that Windows firewall, quite possible. You try to do an exemption rule or disable the Windows firewall. I don't recommend to disable the Windows firewall. So write an exemption rule.
Yeah, but we can disable it and perform a task and restore it again.
You can do it.
Just to make sure that we have, because when I was doing ethical hacking there, sometimes I have to go to Windows firewalls and off it off in order to perform my taxes.
Okay. No worries.
I will give it a try. Whatsoever that comes up, I will let you know, sir.
Okay. No worries. So I think
thank you so much.
That's all for today. So keep practicing. Don't hesitate to ask any kind of a question, whatever it might be. Don't think that this might be silly or is that related to our session. Don't think like that. Ask any question that comes into your mind. Okay.
Okay, sir. I appreciate you, and I will keep learning, and whatsoever that I got stuck, I will let you know.
Sure. No worries.
Thank you. But
bye.
Please remember to send. Can I have any follow-up classes that I will be learning from on the? Okay. Let me just finish the one you gave me yesterday.
Okay. Fine then. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye.
Have a good day.
Yeah. You should be said.